In today's show, Bitcoin gets rejected at 34,500 as analysts reveal key resistance level to beat next. That's right, we're talking about 37,000, which is now expected, but Bitcoin must amend it as support in order to send a clear bull message. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis as all eyes are on $37,000. And as Rec Capital points out, Bitcoin is still in the process of retesting the $32,000 level as support. Hold here and Bitcoin should be able to challenge higher soon. And as Matt points out, good old whale levels, here we go. Currently being rejected from 34,688 level. Big area to overcome is $37,000. Also in today's show, breaking news, legendary computer programmer John McAfee was found dead in his Spanish prison cell at age 75. Now this story really hits home as I've had John here as a guest on the show a couple of times. We've done some interviews, originally back on November 6th, 2019. Then he came back on June 11th, 2020. Pompliano wrote, I once had the opportunity to spend the day with legend McAfee on his boat in the Bahamas. He was kind, funny, and incredibly intelligent. We'll always remember that day. RIP to one of the world's most unique individuals. And there's some conspiracy theories floating around because John himself made this tweet a while back, getting subtle messages from U.S. officials saying, in effect, we're coming for you, McAfee. We're going to kill yourself. I got a tattoo today just in case. If I suicide myself, I didn't. I was whacked. Check my right arm. I'll be breaking all this down for you in today's show. Also in today's episode, we've seen the worst of this Bitcoin correction, says analyst Nicholas Merton, and reveals why. He says the worst of the big correction is likely behind us. Also in today's show, Ricardo Salinas, Mexico's third richest man, says, I am putting my billion into Bitcoin. That's right, he talked with the director of blockchain land about his investment in Bitcoin and said that he has 10% of his assets currently in Bitcoin. Also quoting the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, in this new interview on the What Bitcoin Did podcast. In 2001, we adopted dollars for the benefit of the banks. Today, we are adopting Bitcoin for the benefit of the people. Also in today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently correcting and in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, that's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium Crypto News Alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, BlockFi, the leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. Here's where you can put your crypto to work. They're currently paying out a 5% annual percentage yield on Bitcoin, so you can literally have your Satoshis work for you, or you can earn 10% APY on select stablecoins. And their other flagship product is the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can earn 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all purchases within your first 90 days. They also recently ditched their annual fee, truly making this a no-brainer to take advantage of this, as well as receive up to a $250 crypto bonus with a deposit of $100 or more. Go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below. Let's start stacking those sats and claim your BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card today. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. Bitcoin erased some of its gains on June 24th in a test to lower levels, which spooked already wary traders. As you can see right here on your screen, you're looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart, but all eyes are currently on that $37,000 resistance. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin hitting local lows of $32,400 this morning on Thursday. The pair had risen as high as $34,711 on Bitstamp the day before, making a remarkable comeback after falling to 6-month lows of $28,600. And with resistance still pressuring a fuller recovery, caution was noticeable among market participants. Checking out this tweet this morning from Crypto Ed. Bitcoin update, crypto Twitter is turning bearish again, but I think this looks like a correction of the bounce from 28,000. I expect at least one more leg up towards 37 to 38,000, but we need a good bounce from the green box for that. A bit tricky and need to be cautious, but we'll try to trade it. And he added that he expected at least another push to a local top of 37 to 38,000, but for this to be likely, Bitcoin needed to bounce at a target zone of around 32,000, which you can see right here in your screen. And at the time of this recording, Bitcoin's currently trading just above $33,600. And quoting Rec Capital here on crypto Twitter, Bitcoin is still in the process of retesting the $32,000 level as support. Hold here and Bitcoin should be able to challenge higher soon. An analytics service whale map also highlighted 37,000 as a significant resistance hurdle for Bitcoin to overcome, thanks to the distribution of whale positions, as they shared right here. Good old whale levels, here we go, currently being rejected from the 34,688 level. Big area to overcome is 37,000. So that's right, all eyes on 37,000 right now as historical buy signs creep in. As Cointelegraph reported, the end of this month is being met with trepidation in the face of quarterly futures expiry worth some $2.3 billion. As you can see right here on your screen, brought to you by BuyBT.com. It shows you the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust unlock dates, and we all know when you purchase into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, you must hodl for a minimum of 6 months. This, combined with the unlocking event scheduled for July at the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, means that selling pressure can remain for the next several weeks before substantially subsiding. Changes in selling pressure from miners, meanwhile, already visible amid the ongoing shakeup in China. According to data, on Thursday, on-chain analytics service CryptoQuant eyed Bitcoin's Pure multiple, hitting lows at which it has historically bounced. A classic indicator, Pure can be used to buy signals and captured the start of the past year's bull market with precision, which you can see right here. It shows you the Bitcoin Pure multiple chart brought to you by CryptoQuant. Now, low Pure multiple values indicate miner profitability is low compared to yearly averages. This means some miners will reduce hash power, difficulty will reduce, allowing further decentralization and less sell pressure / impact on liquid supply for miners. CryptoQuant explained along with the following: this may indicate that we have reached a bottom for this consolidation or on the path to recovery. So there you have it. Do you agree? Do you feel that the bottom is likely in for the king of all crypto? Or do you feel she'll go even lower? Let me know in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, and we all remember the legendary computer programmer John McAfee, who was recently found dead in his Spanish prison cell at the age of 75. And before we break this down, as well as we've seen the worst of this Bitcoin correction, says analyst Nicholas Merton, and explains why. As well as I'm putting my $1 billion into Bitcoin, says billionaire Ricardo Salinas, the third richest man in Mexico. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin barely in the green, down 1.3%, trading at about 33,000. We have Ethereum down about 2.5%, trading just under $2,000. Dogecoin up 9%, trading at about 24 cents. Cardano up 7%, trading at $1.34. And Binance Coin up about 5%, trading at $303. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. According to a report from Spanish International News Agency, EFE, McAfee was found dead in his prison cell at the Bryans 2 Penitentiary Center on Wednesday, which is a tragedy, and I am very saddened by this. He has been a guest on the show originally back in November of 2019, as you can see right here, as well as more recently on June 11th of 2020. I will be missing McAfee for sure. Born in 1945, McAfee founded the software company McAfee Associates in his early 40s. His company was responsible for one of the most well-known antivirus software programs at the time. He resigned from the company in 94 and went on to found software firm Tribal Voice, which was behind one of the internet's first instant messages and chat programs, as well as technology company Quorum X and security and privacy company Future Tense Central. Now, McAfee made the headlines in the crypto space and mainstream media for a July 2017 infamous prediction, which we all remember, that the price of Bitcoin would reach $500,000 by 2020. And when the price of the crypto asset looked even more bullish in November of 2017 during that bull run, McAfee doubled down, claiming that Bitcoin would reach $1 million by 2021. Now, neither prediction ultimately came true, nor did he fulfill the terms of his extravagant bet in which he claimed he would eat his own what on national television if the price did not reach $500,000. Now, the U.S. government has been seeking McAfee's extradition for charges, including failing to submit tax returns from 2014 to 2018 and allegedly not reporting income relating to pushing crypto projects and consulting work. In November 2020, authorities arrested McAfee at Barcelona's International Airport, detaining him until a decision on extradition could be reached. Now, McAfee regularly posted updates from his Twitter account, initially saying he was content with his situation and had friends in prison, also describing the conditions of his incarceration. One of his last messages said that he lost the entirety of his crypto holdings and many of his friends, as he shared here on Crypto Twitter on May 25th. I can see a small piece of the sky above the tall concrete walls of the prison yard. The walls seem to frame in contrast the deep blue sky and the fluffy clouds drifting through it. It turns this tiny sky window into a jewel of extraordinary beauty. The 75-year-old previously argued that the charges he faced were politically motivated and that if he had been extradited, he would have spent the rest of his life in prison. Now let's check out some of these tweets to remember McAfee from Pompliano right here. I once had the opportunity to spend the day with legend McAfee on his boat in the Bahamas. He was kind, funny, and incredibly intelligent. We'll always remember that day. R.I.P. to one of the world's most unique individuals. And Max Kaiser tweeted, suddenly popping out of the jungles of Belize, a swashbuckling adventurer, a Joseph Conrad character, a man from our past who lived large and raised hell, a living legend. He will haunt our dreams, I suspect, and his legend will grow bigger. R.I.P. John McAfee. Now let's check out some conspiracy theory tweets. This one was originally tweeted on November 30th, 2019. McAfee wrote, getting subtle messages from U.S. officials saying, in effect, we're coming for you, McAfee. We're going to kill yourself. I got a tattoo today just in case. If I suicide myself, I didn't. I was whacked. Check my right arm. I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than that. Him predicting his own death, that they would off him. And lo and behold, they said it was suicide, which is what the reports are saying. And he's telling us straight up, if they suicide me, it wasn't me. I was whacked. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. On June 9th of 2019, he tweeted, I've collected files on corruption in governments. For the first time, I'm naming names and specifics. I'll begin with a corrupt CIA agent with 2 Bahamian officials coming today. If I'm arrested or disappear, 31 plus terabytes of incriminating data will be released to the press. And according to this tweet, it's happening. Now that he is dead, the information is starting to leak. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And it gets even more interesting because back in October of 2020, he tweeted, I am content in here. I have friends. The food is good. All is well. Know that if I hang myself a la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine. So there you have it. Do you feel this was a suicide as the initial narrative says, or do you feel he was murdered just like Epstein was probably murdered in his prison cell? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below and show McAfee some love. Put RIP in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, we've seen the worst of this Bitcoin correction, says Analyst Nicholas Merton, and explains why, as well as I'm putting my billion into Bitcoin, says billionaire Ricardo Salinas, the 3rd richest man in Mexico. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at 1.35 billion with 86 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current Bitcoin dominance at 46.3%, with the Ether dominance at 16.8%. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Clay up 30%, trading at $1.11. Tron up 17%, trading at 6.4 cents. Bitcoin Gold up 12%, trading at $40. And Dogecoin up 11.6%, trading at 24 cents. Now checking out the top losers within the top 100, we have Maker down about 8%, trading just under 2,200. We have Aave down 7%, trading at $203. Compound down 7%, trading at $238. And Near Protocol down 6%, trading at $2.16. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you currently most bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now, checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 22 in extreme fear. Yesterday was a 14, last week a 26, and last month a 22 in extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Prominent crypto analyst Nicholas Merton says the worst of the big Bitcoin correction is likely behind us. In a new strategy session, Merton says the presence of various derivative markets centering on crypto has likely changed the structure of the bull cycle as we know it. And according to him, the shift in liquidity to derivatives is possibly one of the major reasons why the current cycle is vastly different than the bull market of 2017. Quoting him here, this is why I'm constantly emphasizing having the patience here to understand that this market cycle is very different from 2017, and it has a lot to do with where the liquidity is. In the derivative markets, for the futures markets and perpetual contracts, it completely disorients the state of the market. Merton concedes that though the price action currently looks atrocious, things probably can't get much worse for Bitcoin and crypto. Quoting him again here, I know on a technical basis, to be completely fair, yeah, the chart doesn't look very good. That's probably the worst part of this, which is that we generally topped out at 40,000, the same range we're back here in early January in this range. If we do decline down here to 28 to 27,000, it's going to be a rough spot for markets, and it may take some time to recover. But I'll say that generally, that wherever we are right now or where we're about to go, even if we do decline to that range, historically speaking, you don't want to sell into a 50 to 60% discount. That's right. Do not sell your crypto holdings. Hold on for dear life. HODL be thy name. The crypto analyst says, regardless of where we are in the cycle, after such a correction, relief rallies generally tend to occur based on Bitcoin's historical price action. Quoting him again, the thing that I always emphasize is that we've seen generally the worst here. We've seen the worst of this. Whether it's a bull market with a mid-cycle correction or the start of a bear market, it tends to be at these 50 to 60% points that you're going to still get a rebound upward. So it's best to not just panic sell into absolute fear. I agree 100%. Hold on for dear life. And before I break down our final story of the day, Mexico's third richest man, Ricardo Salinas, says, I'm putting my billion into Bitcoin. But before I break this down, first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 820 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video in the description to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. You can also find me on all the major podcasts and platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes and Google Play. You can also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Crypto News. Yes. And for those of you on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you on Telegram, be sure to join my private crypto Telegram chat. And for those of you on TikTok, be sure to follow me there. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Billionaire Ricardo Salinas talked with the director of blockchain land about his investment in Bitcoin. Salinas has said that he has 10% of his assets currently in Bitcoin. Salinas is a staunch believer in BTC, one of the high-profile advocates of the coin with the Bitcoin hashtag on his Twitter profile. So much respect to Ricardo. He's also been an advocate for Bitcoin. He posted on his Twitter profile that paper, talking about fiat currency, is worthless, and the best thing to put your money in is Bitcoin. The third richest man in Mexico has revealed that he is not afraid to put his money into Bitcoin. Pretty powerful words coming from the third richest man in Mexico. Ricardo Salinas still believes strongly in Bitcoin despite the recent price crash. Enumerating the benefits of Bitcoin, the billionaire compares it to gold, saying that Bitcoin, with all of its benefits, qualifies it as a modern form of gold. He made the argument that Bitcoin is easy to carry and enjoys extreme liquidity internationally, and most of all, Bitcoin supply is limited. The limited supply of the coin is why Salinas has so much faith in Bitcoin. Bitcoin supply is hard capped at 21 million, which we all know. No one can create more Bitcoins. This means that it cannot be manipulated by the government for their gain, and it can't be manipulated by any developer either. This imposed scarcity means that Bitcoin is not subject to inflation, which is a major concern for the billionaire, which it should be for anyone holding a melting ice cube on their balance sheet. That's why you should convert it to the king of all crypto. Salinas continued on to talk about inflation. He mentioned that when he first started working in 1981, a dollar was 20 pesos. Now, 40 years later, a dollar is worth 20,000 pesos. Bitcoin's limited supply is a way to avoid this. If you cannot make new coins, you cannot devalue them. That, my friend, is a fact. And regarding the altcoins, Ricardo is very bullish on Bitcoin, but not so much on the alts. He attributes his reluctance with altcoins to their inflationary models. He gave Ethereum as an example. Ethereum has an unlimited supply. This means, unlike Bitcoin, an endless number of coins can be produced. Governments can create new coins when they want. An endless supply means that the value depreciates over time instead of appreciating. Due to the fact there are so many coins in circulation, Salinas stated that he does not believe that altcoins have the potential to outpace Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a finite asset, which makes it more valuable. And although he does have faith in some altcoins because they provide privacy, a finite resource does not depreciate. Instead, due to its scarcity, it becomes even more valuable. This is because the number of people that want it increases while the supply available remains the same. Hence, there is a higher demand for it than there is supply. Ricardo believes that every investor should have a part of their portfolio in Bitcoin, and I couldn't agree more. Let me know if you agree in the comments right down below. Now, for a quick recap of what I covered with you right here in today's show. show. Bitcoin rejects at 34,500 as analysts reveal key resistance levels to beat next, which is that $37,000 price point, which I pointed out for you. Also in today's show, we discuss remembering John McAfee, who was recently found dead in his Spanish prison cell at the age of 75. If you haven't checked out the interviews I did with him here on the show, I'll include them in the show notes below the video in the description. Also in today's show, we discuss that we've seen the worst of this Bitcoin correction, according to crypto analyst Nicholas Merton, and Ricardo Salinas, Mexico's third richest man, is putting his billion into Bitcoin. And I'm going to leave you with this. This was a recent interview on the What Bitcoin Did podcast with the El Salvador president Nayib Bukele, and quoting him, in 2001, we adopted dollars for the benefit of the banks. Today, we're adopting Bitcoin for the benefit of the people. Very powerful indeed. And to watch this entire interview, check the show notes below the video in the description. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this.